Hello everyone, this is Lois Friend and you are Stamping with a Friend. I know that I've been absent for a while. It's been a crazy couple of months. I want to thank everyone for their prayers and support during the time when my husband had a slight heart attack and was hospitalized for just a little bit. He is home, he's doing well, and we are so grateful that he is doing so well, and it was just mild. We have to make a few lifestyle changes, some diet changes, some exercise changes, and things like that. But all things considered, how it could have turned out and how it turned out, I'm so grateful. This has been a blessed Thanksgiving. Because of all of that, I did have to cancel my November card buffet, but I wanted to take the time. I want to show you what, maybe not what you missed, but what you can hopefully do at home. I'm going to be doing some videos for the next couple of days and show you all the cards that I had prepared and was planning on doing. The first one, I'm a little bit late. I realize that everybody has moved on today. Probably everybody moving on to Christmas, but I like this card and I like this stamp set. So I wanted to show you what I created. And we're going to make it. And the good news is that even though the September through December mini catalog will be retiring in a few weeks, this particular stamp set is not retiring. It's being carried over. And it's very versatile. You can switch it out for, this is what I'm going to be using for this card, but this, you could make it Christmas, or this reminds me of spring, greens and purples and blues, and so you could carry it into the spring or for any season. There's several sentiments, and I just really liked it. Of course, it had a sunflower in it, so I was there when I saw the sunflower. So we're going to be making this card today. It's very easy, and for those of you that like to color, there's a lot of coloring on this. So our card base is a regular 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. Then the first layer is, this is pumpkin pie, and it is 4 by 5 1/4. And I will put all of the measurements in the comments when I post that. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this first layer. And then this is very vanilla cardstock. I generally use a lot of white, but I decided on this one I would use the very vanilla. I think I don't know, it just makes me feel a little bit more like fall. And we are still having fall weather. Even though we're moving towards Christmas, we still are experiencing fall. So this layer, this is a 3 3/4 by 5 piece of very vanilla, and I'm going to be running it through our embossing folder, the Cane Weave 3D. I'll quickly run it here through the big shot, or not big shot, through my big boss. Let's put it that way. I'll run it through quickly, and I'm going to shake the table. Now I'm not going to tape that down yet. So I'm going to lay this aside and I'm going to create the crate. So with a piece of crumb cake, and I'm using Early Espresso ink, and I like to use these piercing mats for the photopolymer stamps. They don't have the cushioning like the rubber stamps, so you sometimes, to get a really clear image, you have to use some type of cushioning. So I'm going to be using Early Espresso, tap, 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 tap. And I'll do that and clean it. There are several die cuts in this set that you can make the crate various ways. There's one that has a handle on it. You can make it 3D. It's very versatile. Okay, now we will die cut that in just a few minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp the flowers. And I'm going to stamp them in our Tuxedo black Memento ink. Okay. And I'm going to color using our alcohol markers. And I have to admit, I'm not the best with these alcohol markers yet. I'm still learning the shading and all of that. But with these, they're almost infallible. You can always make them darker. I generally start with the lighter color and then add as we go. Do the corn. And I've also found that for me, I can control it better if I use this tip rather than the brush tip. For some reason, when I use the brush tip, I get a little heavy-handed. And there's no right or wrong way to do it, really. Okay. Now I'm going to corn. I missed a green. And my corn's a little bit light, so I'm going to add just a little bit darker. And now do my sunflower. And you don't have to completely fill it in. It's probably very boring sitting there watching me color. I was going to, now I'm adding a little bit of dark Daffodil Delight. The first was light Daffodil Delight. Our sets come in light and dark, and because I want the sunflower just a little bit darker, I'm going to use the dark. Like I said, I tend to stick with the light because I'm a little heavy-handed. But there really is no wrong or right way. You just color. I've always liked to color. Anybody else get excited when they got when they were kids and they got a new box of the 64 Crayola crayons? That was always a highlight for me. I love getting those crayons. And this is the bronze. Okay. Now all we have to do is color in our pumpkins. And I'm using the dark, on this one, I'm going to use the dark pumpkin because I really want that to be the bright orange. It's so rich looking. And anywhere you missed, if you want to, you can fill it in. Once you're done. And there is also, I didn't bring it over here with me, there is also a color lifter that if you get it a little, it helps with blending and lifting the color if you do get it a little too dark. This is probably not my best coloring. I missed some of the yellow here. Okay, now let's take a minute and let that dry. And while that is drying, I am going to use the Sentiment Blessed Beyond Measure. And as I mentioned at the very beginning, I feel very, very, very blessed. And on this, I am just going to use just a strip of a scrap that was cut off of, and I don't have my ink. Sorry about that. I'm just using a scrap of cardstock that was cut off for something when I was, do that. Okay. Now, to finish off the corn, anybody that has ever been in my craft room and did cards with me, they know that Wink of Stella is one of my favorite things to do. I love Wink of Stella. It adds that bling and glitter without being messy, and it just makes it pop. It's hard to see that. I'll hold it up when I'm done to the camera. It just adds some sheen and just a little pop. And we all need a little pop of glitter. We all need to glitter. I don't know if you can see that or not. There. Okay, now we are ready to die cut. So, I'm I'm going to, there are die cuts, and I generally use just a little bit of removable tape to hold it, to make sure the die cuts hold in place. And going to do the crate at the same time. Now, I didn't put wink on the crate. Okay. I'll get my big boy over here. Set up the sandwich. Cut that off just a little bit so it fits. And now I'm really going to shake the table. Right. Lay those aside. And we are ready to start building. Now, since I don't think I've made any oopses, I'm going to go ahead and start building our layers. Now, for when I emboss the cardstock, I have found, I know some people don't like the glue, but I have found that when I emboss, especially something this deep, with it being 3D, I have found that the glue works for me. And I tend to, I don't know, there again, maybe I'm heavy-handed with the tape runner, but I find that I tear the back of it. Okay, now I'm going to use our dimensionals. And because I don't like to waste, I use all of it. Use the ends. Whoops. Okay. Sorry. I have a bad habit of getting out of the line of camera. I'm still very new at this recording thing, and it's not my forte, but okay, I'm going to put that about center, and then I'm going to add some dimensionals to and you can do it any. I'm going to put, I on the other one, I hung some of it over, and you could do that. I think I'll just do that there. All right, is my basket straight? I'm not sure. I don't think. There, that's better. Not basket, crate. All right, and I'm going to trim this scrap that I did the beyond measure. And I didn't measure this, I'm just eyeballing it. And I'm taking a piece of the, let me see, Let's Go Fishing, some of the DSP from Let's Go Fishing. I like the back of that. And just to add a little bit of extra. And I will tape, put some tape runner. Offset that just a hair. My silicone sheet, that way it. Okay. Then another little thing I like about these alcohol markers, and on this one I will use the brush, is I love the fact that with these the alcohol markers, you can color any of your bling. These are just clear embellishments, and you can color them any color you want to match. And if you're like me, I like for things to match. So I colored those with the pumpkin pie. Let them get dry. Doesn't take long. And using my pick tool. And I like to do things in uneven, 3 or 5. Okay, and the final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bow to the crate using our twine. And I like to make the bow before I cut it off. I just do it at the end of the bolt or skein or whatever. And if I would have thought, I would have brought a glue dot, but I don't think I have a glue dot. So I'm going to use just a dot of glue. That may need trimmed once it's on there. And there you have it. Yep, it's just a little bit. Okay, and there you have it. Blessed beyond, blessed beyond measure. Easy, very easy. And again, I used the Rustic Crate stamp set. Very, very fun, and it, like I said, it is being carried over into the for the next catalog or whatever. It's not retiring, so it's a great set. So I think that's everything for today. My plan is to, over the course of the next 6 days, I'm going to show you a card, like I said, that we missed, that I had all intent and to do for my November card buffet, but because of life happening, I had to cancel my class. So, but I didn't want you to miss out. So join me again tomorrow, and I will share another one of the cards. The rest of the cards are most definitely Christmas cards. I know, like I said, I know most everybody has already switched to to Christmas cards. But you can go ahead and make them now, and you'll have these Thanksgiving cards or grateful cards, whatever, for next year. So thank you and have a good day.